Bitcoin exactly moved towards my support target I discussed for quite a while right now, and on today's update video I will talk about where Bitcoin is heading towards next. I will talk about where the liquidity is currently being built up on the market on the shorter and higher time frames, the most important ETF news, and many more important charts that are going to tell us something about where Bitcoin is heading towards next. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap that like button back above 1000 likes. That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So yesterday on the video, I already stated that it was more likely that Bitcoin was going to be eventually moving back towards the support level on the lower side. And like you can currently see, Bitcoin saw a slight pushback towards the upside before once again having a gigantic push down here. And currently it is sitting around that support target. And you have to understand that this support level on Bitcoin is quite important because previously around this support level right here provided support for Bitcoin right here, provided resistance right here, and also provided massive support for Bitcoin right here. So this is quite an important level for Bitcoin, and of course the top side is quite an important level for Bitcoin to break since we've saw multiple rejections from off this level. So currently if we're just looking at Bitcoin, we can see that we came down back towards the support target. We're bouncing back from off this level right here on the lower side, and even right now if we're looking at Bitcoin, we can start to see that potentially we are creating an inverse head and shoulders pattern where we're creating that left shoulder right here, that head here in the middle, and the right shoulder potentially right now. And if we then see that push up back towards the upside and potentially break above that 43,000 to 44,000 US dollar level, that is the point where I would be expecting Bitcoin is going to be seeing a more exponential rally towards the upside. And once we confirm the break above 44,000 US dollars, that will be also the confirmation for me that we are going to be heading higher. So Bitcoin is indeed creating an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And what is very important to understand is what the liquidation heat map is currently telling us, because the reason why I was a little bit more bearish lately around this top side right here is because there was just a lot of liquidity building up on the lower side. And if we're currently looking at the liquidation heat map, and while I've been saying for quite a while that liquidity was being built up on the lower side, you can also see that some positions will be getting closed out on the market, and due to that, liquidity could be moving to different directions. And currently we can start to see that indeed there's quite a lot of liquidity sitting around 41.5k, well, which we are pretty close towards, but also there's a lot of Bitcoin short liquidations laying around 44,000 US dollars, what is also very interesting to be seeing. So, while first of all, there was a lot of long liquidations being built up on the lower side, there are right now also a lot of short liquidations being built up, and you can see it here clearly on that monthly time frame. More than $1 billion US dollars, around at 44,000 US dollars, will be getting liquidated in Bitcoin short positions if we were to be moving above 44,000 US dollars, of course. And still, there's also a lot of liquidity laying somewhere around that, what is it, 39,000 US dollar level, but it is becoming less and less. So I've been saying that Bitcoin was most likely going to be moving towards that level due to the fact that there was a lot of liquidity. There is still a lot of liquidity on the lower side. I still think it's a scenario that I'm anticipating that could be happening, where Bitcoin is going to be moving down to 39,000 US dollars / $40,000 and then bounce towards the upside. But since there's a lot of liquidity once again being built up here on the top side right here, laying somewhere around 44,000 US dollars, I won't be surprised that we already could potentially see another bounce back towards the upside and create that inverse head and shoulders pattern I have been talking about, with that left shoulder, that head, and the right shoulder. And if Bitcoin breaks above 44,000 US dollars, that will be the confirmation where we potentially want to be opening up new Bitcoin long positions. So yesterday, while we were potentially panicking because the Bitcoin price action was going down, BlackRock accumulated another 7,297 Bitcoin. I mean, every single day, BlackRock is accumulating tons and tons of Bitcoin. And at this rate of pace, they will be owning more than 1 million Bitcoin before August 2024. And I mean, yesterday they even accumulated more than average. A lot of Bitcoins are getting bought up by BlackRock. Well, yeah, we're not even seeing this directly getting reflected on the price action on Bitcoin, right? But eventually the liquidity or the supply of Bitcoin will be running out. And at that point, of course, the market is going to be seeing a significant upturn. So make sure to pay attention towards this right now. Currently, Bitcoin is sitting at very important support. I mean, just like I stated in yesterday's video, it's very hard for me to exactly tell where Bitcoin is exactly heading towards right now, because there are a lot of mixed signals in the market right now here. There are signals that are saying Bitcoin is going to go up right now, and still there are signals that saying Bitcoin is going to go down. And for me, of course, I'm trying to tell you what I think is likely to be happening, but that is not necessarily that I'm going to be opening up a trade on it, because for me to be opening up a big trade on Bitcoin, I want to have a low risk trading setup, and I want to be having a 100% conviction that I think that Bitcoin is going to necessarily go towards one direction. So that is currently a thing that I don't have on the market. I want to be very clear with you guys out there. I mean, if some people are saying that they have, most likely they're just saying something because there are just a lot of mixed signals in the market right now. I mean, we are indeed creating a bullish divergence, and most likely Bitcoin is going to be bouncing back towards the upside from this point. We're trading on very important support, and we're having that liquidity being built up back again on the top side. So I won't be surprised if we see a bounce towards the upside, but just like I said earlier, if we move down, I would take that as a bigger opportunity. And I think that if Bitcoin moves down right now, I will most likely make more money because I can open up a better Bitcoin long position, what of course eventually you want to be doing. So yeah, I truly hope Bitcoin does seize another tick towards the downside. Currently, we're still holding that daily EMA ribbon. And guys, if you want to be trading Bitcoin, make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video, where you can find BYBIT, because if you sign up an account using that link below, you could claim a deposit bonus worth $40,000. And without this link, it's only $400. So it's a win-win situation. If you can't trade on BYBIT due to any reason whatsoever, check out bitfinex, where you can trade without KYC and will get a 10% cashback on everything you're depositing on the exchange. So make sure to check it out. It's also only valid if you sign up an account using that link below. Going further in towards the content, we do know that Tether is still printing more money, and as more money is getting injected in the market, it is going to be only more likely that Bitcoin is eventually going to be moving up higher. And that is why I will be paying closely attention towards the USDT market cap as well, because usually the injection of capital equals the price growth in crypto. So of course, on that 3-day time frame, we can clearly see that basically while we are panicking or saying Bitcoin is dumping or pumping, we're just still trading in that same accumulation phase we've been already trading in for more than 70 days. And I mean, it's very similar towards this previous stage here where we were accumulating. It's just very similar towards this previous reaccumulation phase before we had the dump lower, but now I think we're having a reaccumulation phase before having a pump higher. So that is my expectation, at least here, and this could definitely take a while here before breaking out. So don't necessarily be panicked, or don't necessarily say, oh, it has to be happening right now. I mean, the longer we consolidate, eventually the better it's going to be for the Bitcoin bull run. So just make sure to have patience. Currently also on that weekly time frame for Bitcoin, we're creating that hammer candle, what is of course an extremely bullish candle, but the other candle is already creating an inverse hammer candle. So potentially we're going to get a reversal from this point. But anyways, indeed, Bitcoin, the weekly candle is looking very strong here. Historically speaking, every single time once we got such a hammer candle on Bitcoin, we saw a massive weekly green candle afterwards. And so far, we have not seen that yet, but maybe it's going to be happening on next candle. But still important to be understanding and important to be seeing how this has been playing out in the past. And of course, I think all the Bitcoin I'm currently buying, I think will be profitable in an approximately year from now on, because I think that we're in the beginning of that next Bitcoin bull run cycle. And at that point, we're just going to be making a ton of money altogether. So this is not going to be taking long anymore. So this was it for me in today's update video. I discussed the imminent short term, the things that I'm currently seeing, what I'm expecting next. So yeah, on tomorrow's video, I hope to have a little bit more clarity. But this was it for me in today's update video. Thanks so much for watching. Smash up that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.